She's from River. That's me. I'd like to point out that people I don't know. Do you want me to go ask the girls? We should send Rob. I mean, I've seen it.
I don't think they're not yet. I don't think it's I don't think for another time. No, I think oh, they're getting better. You always do. Like that.
I think the best one I ever had was the night I went into the city to meet Sophie. She had a friend from who had been living in Australia and was on her way back to England. She just got off in New York.
Do you ever like kind of not want to leave, but like are scared to leave sometimes or nervous? I know that I sometimes get like that. Where I'm like, oh God, I'm gonna have to go out, and like as exciting as it is, I still, you know, I feel nervous that I'm gonna be. It's just nice to be able to come home somewhere and know that stuff is, like, you know, I don't know.
I think what makes me want to live in the country so much is the fact that I used to go camping a lot when I was little, and I used to have so much fun, and I love to like play in the water in the creeks and try and catch crayfish and minnows and tadpoles, and I love to awkwardly play in the mud, and I just had so much fun camping, and I never understood why we couldn't camp year-round. So I feel like living in the country kind of fulfills that, because you're out in nature, you have running streams and woods and places to go, and it's just more adventurous. And I just think, I don't know, I didn't get to grow up with that like all the time, but when I was there in the summer I loved it. It's very relaxing, and just being able to sit out there without hearing the cars rushing by or people being obnoxiously loud. So you get to hear the birds chirping and water flowing, and you can hear the trees just swaying and the leaves rustling. And I like to look up at the sky at night and see stars and not lights. I think location matters. I think I'd be a lot happier living in the country. I wouldn't want to be in the city with the rush of everything. But definitely, I mean, it plays a big part of it, but at the same time, if my family was all there, I think that makes a bigger case for living where you do.
The lifestyle, less crowds, less people, and some just really an opportunity to see the beauty of the mountains, and every roadway was just gorgeous for us.
When we had children, of course, it's an old cliche, but everything changes, and you want them to grow up in a place that you feel is safe, good schools, all the typical things. But I was also attracted whenever I came up here to visit friends. I never said it out loud, but I always thought that's a really cool place to live.
I feel that now that I've been up here over 20 years, there's really no going back. I'm very partial to this kind of lifestyle.
It was just so beautiful, and so many things it offered that the city didn't have. And we just said, what is this town? And we found out, and we felt at home here right away and started looking around for land. And it was a huge adventure for two Brooklyn kids, but we did it.
We have a huge backyard, so you can just like you have your privacy. So it made it a better childhood that we could just go outside and play without like neighbors staring at us or being right on the road, or we could have fun like that.
You know, there's beauty in simplicity, I guess. You feel more connected with the world, I feel, with all the fields and the farms, and you get a different type of feeling growing up here. And I feel like growing up here makes you a little more unique in the sense that I guess you could say you're a wild kid, I guess. Like you grow up outdoors, you grow up with animals. I think the city is sometimes overrated, and there's beauty in the simpleness of a rural life.
I would probably live in the city for like 5 years maybe a little less, maybe a little more. And I would move back to like more of the country area, like if I settle down and have kids, because I want them to grow up like I did. I'd
probably stay in the city until I considered having children, if I do have children. Just because I'm happy with my childhood, so I feel like they would also enjoy what I've experienced. So I'd probably, after I had children, move back to a place like this, not like completely spread out, and be close enough to a major, urban center. But I feel like I would want my kids to experience what I did so I can relate to them.